Well, we have today all the digital channels available for us. Those channels, of course, YouTube is the king of the video, is the traditional video channel that most brands or individuals use to do their work. In our case, I would say over the years we have done a reasonable job on YouTube, doing good productions that we would upload in there. Over the last 2 years, we have reframed our presence on YouTube, and I would say today we are much more professional, not only on the type of content that we put there, also the type of content that we don't put there to preserve what our subscribers want, and also leveraging the technology in terms of targeting, ability to retarget our audiences, playlists, call to actions, all those type of best practices that are available today for anyone that is, let's say, as a minimum level of professionalism in the way they manage their presence on YouTube. You need to be good at all those things. Otherwise, you are missing a piece of the puzzle to be performing at your best. Over the years, we have used influencers in different businesses, different geographies, different projects. So it depends a bit on the type of project that we are doing. More recently, we have used 2 couples of influencers that have their own social media presence, their own YouTube channels, and we have used them as drivers of a competition that we were doing where they were competing against each other across the United States for the lower CO2 emission mobility challenge from Los Angeles to New York, and we selected them by their audiences, their profile, their sympathy, their engagement, their awareness in their own categories, and the authenticity that they have with their own audiences in the categories that they work. And we on purpose did not select influencers that have a certain level of knowledge on our category, because we wanted to show how a normal citizen that is a bit distant from everything that is happening today in terms of new forms of mobility, all the different options that are available, react to the learning. And what we saw throughout this journey from Los Angeles to New York is that the more stimulus we gave them, the more interested they were on this subject, and the more fluent they became to talk about this subject, which was exactly what we wanted to achieve, because it's very organic, very natural, very native. We didn't script it at all. This came across really natural, and that was exactly the type of feeling and emotions that we wanted to capture. We have certain objectives as a brand in terms of the brand KPIs, in terms of outcomes that we want to achieve with certain projects, and those outcomes are about perceptions of the Shell brand. And these are ultimately the measure of success. Of course, before we arrive to that level of understanding of the success, there are multiple performance metrics that in many occasions we know are proxies for success. So if the completion rate of video is quite high, it's because people are interested and most likely they like what they are seeing. So that we know will most likely generate a positive outcome in terms of the perceptions of the brand at the later stage. If we are able to retarget people where they watch a little bit, we retarget them saying, well, you can continue watching what you are seeing, but in a very organic way, in a very, I would say, natural way. These are the type of metrics that we use in order for us to determine the outcomes that we want. But they are performance metrics, they are not necessarily success. So, of course, we want to have good results in there because we know it is most likely a proxy of success. But the success for us is really the outcomes in terms of the perceptions of the brands. To have millions and millions of views on its own is not enough to be successful.